the south, the Gulf of Carpentaria to the west, the very tip of mainland Australia in the north, and the Great Barrier Reef to the east. In the centre of that picture are the friendly, down-to-earth people, your hosts in this part of the world. Interestingly, so many of the locals are recycled southerners, Australians living your dream. They're actually living the sea change, and it shows. It shows in the way they act. So relaxed, contented and alive, excited about their life. And as every Australian must make their pilgrimage to the Cape, you can be sure that the communities of Cooktown, Lakeland, Laura and Cowan are equipped to meet all your needs on the trip of a lifetime. Come on, get your four-wheel drive and make it do what it was built to do. This is the place to test your mettle and your driving skill against some great four-wheel drive tracks. To live the adventure, to add years to your life. If you prefer to immerse yourself in nature, there's a great offering of incredible hikes among the tropical rainforests and beautiful beaches. With no less than 3 great museums, Cooktown itself will fill your head and heart with pride about the people and events that shaped our great country, especially in this part of the land. Now, if a museum is not really your scene, then you can actually feel the history in timeless places such as the Palmer River Roadhouse.
So can you get up into Maytown?
It's extreme four-wheel driving, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like the track for us.
Yes, modern-day Palmer River and the now ghost towns of Maytown and Palmerville are the actual sites of Queensland's richest gold rush, and the history is everywhere, as if frozen in time.
Now, if you stand back and have a look
Captured on the film of the sandstone bluffs around the Cook Shire is the history of the traditional custodians of our great land. And local guides unwrap the rich culture of the Aboriginal peoples.
So with the arrival of the early explorers into this area,
Interpretive centres such as the Quincan Cultural Centre at Laura give meaning to the many rich galleries in the Laura area.
Quincan rock art together with Kakadu and Kimberley are rated by UNESCO as 3 of the top 10 well-known sites in the world.
But we nominate a place, where we're from.
Connect with culture, ancient and living, as one of Australia's best-known Aboriginal tour operators delivers the added dimension to the Nuku'warra rock art galleries near Hopevale.
And the family group that lived in Cooktown were called the Weinbart family.
Experience fishing at its best. The whole eastern side of Cape York is closer to the reef than anywhere else, so it can rightfully claim to be the angler's heaven. Amazing fish will pull your arms off, usually caught and released so that someone else can share the same unforgettable experience. And the rivers around here are teeming with your favourite estuarine sports fish, barramundi. If it's adventure you want, we've got it in spades. Savour the remote wilderness in the most versatile way with a helicopter fishing safari tailored to your interests. Know the excitement, taste the adventure. Yes, if you're looking for adventure with a capital A, then the Cook Shire has options that can match any expectations. The Cook Shire doesn't have to put on any airs and graces. It's a place that's really in touch with its soul, genuine, uncommercialised, very, very Australian, with good educational tours operated by the locals. Locals that have balance and know when they're on a good thing.
Crocodile feeding, they always have their head up out of the water.
Should be able to put the boat up on the beach in front of them.
And it now houses a James Cook Historical Museum. One of the cannons is in there and the large anchor is in there also.
There's old pubs, great times, interesting people and walls that have incredible history.
So the Lion's Den Hotel was built in the late 1870s into the 1880s, and it was predominantly built to service the tin mining area. The signatures originally came about because the miners would be working underground, and when they finally got their pay packets, the only place they could use their money was the hotel. Then when they left, they basically write their tab on the wall, and the publican would write up how much money they'd spent, and they could leave the rest of their wages here until they returned.
If these walls could talk. everywhere you look, there are little surprises. Amazing tropical resort campgrounds with award-winning camp kitchens. So when you've earned the bragging rights for the best fish or cray, this is the place to use them. But if the tent is not your style, perhaps this is. This is where the soul gets a chance to catch up with the body, where relationships are rebuilt. There's some must-see events and festivals up here as well. Every year, the landing of Captain Cook is reenacted, showing both the European and Aboriginal perspective. The Wallaby Creek Festival is known as the best little festival in Australia and showcases local bands, crafts and art. Bring the family for a fun-filled weekend in the rainforest. The Laura Dance Festival is a biannual event considered to be the longest continuous event in Australian history, which showcases the rich culture of the Aboriginal and Islander peoples. And of course, it goes without saying that the Laura races are a real Aussie experience not to be missed. When you get to Cooktown, make your first point of call the Nature's Powerhouse Visitor Information and Booking Centre. The centre houses the work of local artist, the late Vera Scarth Johnson, and is surrounded by the beautiful Cooktown Botanical Gardens.